You think that when Donald Trump starts a brand new war, his second war during his term, that he would probably like stop threatening our allies and acting like he's going to take territory from Denmark? But no.
Let's just get a quick history lesson of some Donald Trump stuff right here that he's done to allies. It said he wanted Canada to be the 51st state, threatened to take Greenland, part of Denmark,
Multiple
part
times.
of NATO, threw tariffs on every country. What else? That's probably most with like the ally stuff right there.
I said a bunch of things. There's definitely a lot of words.
Invaded another country, and then this is kind of what this whole subject is about, but invaded another country, didn't tell any ally members, and then is complaining that they're not joining.
And did a coup d'etat at some point to a different country, and has already said that he wants to do the same thing to Cuba. He's still talking about Greenland, guys. He's still talking about Greenland. He wants Greenland still. NATO allies don't want to give Greenland to us. Let's check it out.
Amid signs of increasing diplomatic and strategic isolation over the Iran war, President Trump has once again lashed out at NATO allies. Trump's remarks coming ahead of a
Does he
visit.
think that makes him tough? Does he think if he's like, I'm going to steal Greenland, like, I'm a crazy guy, I might do it, that it'll work?
He's such an idiot too, because he thinks that like, oh, I can just convince people into this if I yell at them enough. But then what's actually happening behind the scenes is now Canada is forming an alliance with the Nordic countries, and all the other ones are moving further away. Australia is getting closer to Europe too.
I mean, technically, after all of this, Trump is basically the best thing that's ever happened to Canada and Europe and Australia and all these countries. It was like an eye-opener that the United States cannot be trusted. They cannot be relied upon. And honestly, they're just hostile. They're pretty much an enemy at this point, threatening to take land from a NATO country.
By the Defense Alliance chief, which is scheduled for later this week. Trump recalled that he had asked, though not very forcefully, whether NATO would be willing to help. In response, he said he was told, no, we will not help.
NATO is a defense alliance,
Yes.
not an offensive alliance.
Yes.
However, he did not disclose who exactly he had spoken to. The US president then went on to call the NATO a paper tiger and claimed his Russian counterpart was not afraid of it.
NATO is a paper tiger. NATO is us.
That's what they always said about China, is that China's a paper tiger, and now he's saying it about his own military alliance.
Yeah, the amount of hate he's given for NATO even before he started the war is pretty insane too. Obviously, the whole they don't spend enough, like the percentage of their budget or whatever, they're not hitting the numbers. All of the things he was talking about withdrawing from NATO before they went into the war.
At this point, after this administration and all these tariffs and obviously making NATO kind of seem unimportant, it wouldn't surprise me if all these countries start supporting dumping the U.S. dollar as the currency of the world.
True. I mean, there's BRICS or whatever it is that are petitioning to make a new one already, and that doesn't include a lot of European countries. I don't know if it includes any. I'm not totally informed on that, but if you're going to push away the ones that are supporting the U.S. dollar.
And when we needed them, but we didn't need them, by the way. We didn't need them, obviously, because they haven't helped at all. Just the opposite. They've actually gone out of their way not to help. They didn't even want to give us landing strips.
What a child response right there.
Discussing his displeasure with the NATO, Trump said it all began with Greenland. The US president has made no secret of his desire to annex Greenland, controlled by NATO ally Denmark, which has been strongly resisted by the alliance. Trump in the press briefing reiterated, we want Greenland and they don't want to give it to us.
Are you kidding?
Trump also criticized other traditional non-NATO allies, including South Korea, Australia, and Japan, for not assisting with the Iran war.
So he's just adding on all these things of why he is mad at NATO. They won't join us in the war that we started for Israel. They won't give us Greenland.
And it's like walking up like, hey, can you help me do this, guys? And they're like, no, sorry, we can't do that. Oh, I didn't need you anyway.
Hey, we don't need you. You're lucky I might put tariffs on you again.
You know who else didn't help us? South Korea didn't help us. You know who
South
else didn't help
Korea.
us? Australia didn't help us. You know who else didn't help us? Japan. We've got 50,000 soldiers in Japan to protect them from North Korea. We have
Do not have them to protect Japan. You have them there so you can, at any point, attack China if
Yeah.
you need to. That's definitely why.
Oh, U.S. bases in that region of the world, just completely circling the country of China.
It's to protect the other countries. It's not for the U.S.'s imperialist endeavors.
It's like I think there's like a joke that's like, why did Iran decide to put themselves in between all of the U.S. military
Yeah.
bases? What were they thinking?
I mean, all those bases that are getting bombed in the Middle East from Iran, they were there to protect Qatar and
Oh, yeah.
Bahrain and Saudi Arabia.
It's not like they're there to surround and just like little pokes at the dang country.
The country that politicians have been saying the United States needs to invade and take over for decades. I mean, they did a coup d'etat in the 50s. It's absolutely insane.
45,000 soldiers in South Korea to protect us from Kim Jong-un, who I get along with very well, as you know.
To stay
Gotta
up to
throw that
date
in,
with
gotta
the
throw it
latest
in.
news, download the WeOn app and
Okay.
Ah, man.
Also, he's mentioning all of this stuff while the U.S. still supported Ukraine a lot, but him specifically he was the one that called Zelensky a dictator, right? Because he was
Yeah.
in office too long or whatever
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And now when he's in the situation where he wants people to support an offensive war, not a defensive one, he's mad that they're not supporting him.
And remember the why aren't you wearing a suit? That's so disrespectful.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's a corny clip right there.
That was embarrassing. Some Newsmax guy, Are you kidding me? Anyways, yeah, so Trump still wants Greenland. He's not giving up on Greenland. There's still 3 more years of his presidency, by the way. So,
And they're justifying it as well as they're justifying the U.S.-Iran war by saying Arctic security and stuff like that, as if it's not part of NATO, the alliance they're already in and should be secured.
it's all about security. I mean, Cuba's a security threat. Venezuela's a security threat. Iran's a security threat.
If Americans are scared, we can do whatever we want.
The head of counterterrorism in the United States government quit because he said Iran was not a threat and they did it because Israel wanted them to.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
Let's one imperialist country supporting another. That's harmony right there.
That is harmony.
Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye.